Sims and no reverse, and Ray Thornton and Cole Duck. Remember what happened between Thornton and Caperton last year, and we might be heading for a repeat of that right now because they are the 1-2 drivers.
And as expected, Rick Caperton and Turkey Buzzard and Ray Thornton and Cole Duck leave the Jeep Paul Lang in their wake. He just does not have that kind of power. He seems struggling there. First time through the Sippy hole, and it is Rick Caperton out in front trying to, and David Sims is struggling at the back. That's a bit of a surprise. He should, on paper anyway, be ahead of the Jeep.
Yeah, he's had some problems right at the start. So that's the place where Caperton crashed last year along with Thornton. But right now, Caperton has moved out to enough of a lead so Ray can't threaten him. There are some of Ray's fans cheering him on, but right now he's going to lead a little bit more than that because Caperton has about a 5-buggy lead, I'd say, as they come down the front straightaway to complete the first lap.
All right, there goes Turkey Buzzard into the Sippy hole for the second time, and Thornton uses the Sippy hole to catch up. Rick Caperton using everything he's got, including body English and the support of his fans in the stand, trying to stay ahead of Cole Duck. Now they're taking the same line here. Brock Thornton just kind of fell in behind him. That's the quickest way through that forward turn.
Oh, that's right. But right now he goes way wide as they head down the back straightaway. Ray Thornton swung way outside there, and I think probably lost a little time. But Caperton falls into that ditch that uncharted there that has caused so much trouble during the course of the day. Now Caperton's fans feel a little bit better. They're cheering him on. He's only got one more corner to negotiate in that last straightaway to win this thing and move on to the big feature. But Ray Thornton will not give. He's just hanging in there, only a few lengths behind. Caperton heading toward that line. And who's to know if Caperton doesn't make that Sippy hole any better than he did before, Thornton's got a chance to catch him.
Boy, what a great effort Ray Thornton and Cole Duck made. But it's the fans of Rick Caperton that are doing all the shouting and hollering because he goes into the big feature. And Ray Thornton, well, we'll just have to see him again next year. Hopefully Turkey Buzzard is alive and well, and maybe a little oil change and pump some water out of it, and he'll be back to the big feature. Now, here was the start of the previous race. Let's take a look. The Jeep actually, for the first 10 feet or so, might have even had the lead until it just kind of ran out of torque, horsepower, and RPM. And Ray Thornton and Rick Caperton proceeded from that point to put on the show. You can see the rear tires actually spinning, losing traction on Turkey Buzzard, the center buggy. And, of course, at the close of the race, watch the right-hand side of your screen. Here comes the blue, venerable old Cole Duck moving in on Rick Caperton, but he just made that charge a bit too late. It was going wide in the forward turn that spelled his demise. I guarantee you that. He just didn't have quite the line that Caperton did, and there, Caperton went in to the big feature. And speaking of the big feature, here's how it sets up. Lonnie Cheshire and the Outlaw, Leonard Cheshire, of course, and that's another one. Turkey Buzzard with Rick Caperton, and Shag Nasty with David Sims. Brock is with the driver of the most powerful buggy in the field.
Well, Steve, I'm with Lonnie Cheshire, who's just run like a freight train here all day long. And but, of course, once again, he's up against his brother and David Sims, a couple of strong runners. How do you feel?
The motor's going out. Every time I come in, I have to keep readjusting one valve that's pulling it through. It's maybe if it goes, the motor's going. Maybe it'll stay there.
You just got to stand on it all the way and hope.
Yeah.
There's no other choice.
Yeah. Hope for the best.
You can't base yourself in this deal, right?
No.
Okay. Well, we hope she hangs together for one more mile, Lonnie.
All righty.
Okay. And now let's go to Steve.
Well, a little final duct tape being applied to Leonard Chester's buggy. And Leonard, we just talked to Lonnie. He's got some motor problems. You've had a couple of buggies let you down today. But the simplest one you own, the old faithful, that's another one, gets you into the big feature.
Yep. She's running fair. Ain't got no chance to win, but it's there. This ain't got no brake. Broke the damn brake pedal off of it.
How important are the brakes?
A lot coming off that line.
Well, that's where you're holding the buggy.
Yeah, that's what hurt me in the Terminator. It broke the brake, flew it apart, and couldn't get off the line, loaded up, you know.
Well, as you know, luck plays a big part in swamp buggy racing. Maybe it'll be on your side.
Got to have your old rabbit paw with you.
Okay. Leonard's feeling good. Brock?
Watch that line. Make sure everybody jumps the gun.
Let's step in here and find out how Rick Caperton did on the draw to pick his starting position. How'd that work out, right?
I've got number 3, third from the wall, third from the grandstand.
Is that good or bad, Rick, for you?
It's pretty good positioning. If you pick 4 in this race, you'd be all the way on the outside here. It's real sloppy coming through that area. But in this race, I'm gonna need a lot of luck to get anywhere.
Well, you sure didn't need a lot of luck to win, what, your 6th little feature. Is that correct?
Right, that's correct. No, I know it'd be tied. I think yesterday I ran a 148 and Ray ran a 150. That's probably about how we did today. There wasn't maybe 2 seconds difference in it.
Well, it was a real good race. I know the folks were loving it. And this one, though, we got to know with giving away all this displacement, you got to be a major underdog in it.
The best I've ever done is I came in second behind David behind me here back in 1981. Other than that, I think third once and then fourth 3 times.
Well, we wish you luck. Congratulations on your little feature win.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Rick Caperton. Now let's go to Steve.
Already hanging on for dear life in Shag Nasty is David Sims. And, Dave, I have an intelligence report for you. Lonnie Chester says he's missing at least 1 cylinder. Leonard doesn't have any brakes. Turkey Buzzard says he doesn't have any power. You've got a good shot here.
Well, I don't know. I was throwing a little oil out, too. I hope we all can make it around the track.
You may have an oil slick out there before this is over, huh?
I hope not.
Normally going up against Lonnie and Leonard, how would you fare if they were in prime condition?
Depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
I think I do pretty good.
Okay. We'll be watching. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Big feature coming up.
There we go. There you have it, Steve. The 4 finalists, the 4 fastest buggies in their classes, going for the World Championship of the Swamp Buggies here in Naples, Florida. The big feature.
Big feature. 4 of the very best, and you see them right now lining up. The brown and tan machine on the far side, that is David Sims. And Brock Yates, it looks like he got the better start, but here comes Lonnie Chester on the outside.
Cheshire, once again, a perfect start with that monster machine ahead. The Outlaw charges out into the front and just seems to be running away from David Sims in that 4-wheel drive machine. Shag Nasty, always a contender here, always a good runner. In 3rd place, Leonard Cheshire, and that's the other one. And bringing up the rear as he thought he would, Rick Caperton and Turkey Buzzard. But right now, it's a 2-buggy race, if you can call it that, as Lonnie Cheshire just dominates, and Shag Nasty with David Sims on board, hanging on, but he's going to need some trouble from the leader to win it.
Brock, I really appreciate you doing the race call here, because I'm looking at the tree line for that monster. I'm telling you, he's right where I saw him, right behind where you see David Sims.
This is the big feature. We've got to pay attention to this. And forget about that, whatever that is, as we watch David Sims charge down the back straightaway. Here they come to the final corner. Sims has moved up a little bit on Lonnie, but I think unless there's mechanical problems, Cheshire will be able to skate the Mississippi Hall and win the big feature. Yes, he does. Another Cheshire victory here at the Swamp Buggy Championship. This time, though, it's Lonnie.
Well, you know, it was his brother Leonard that got a lot of attention today because he brought a whole fleet of vehicles with him. But it was Lonnie, if you think about it, that really was the impressive competitor. He never put a foot wrong.
Evans, it's nice to hear you're back on the announce team again, paying attention to the competition and got your mind off that whatever it is that's lurking in the woods or in your brain as we watch David Sims give way to the overwhelming power of Lonnie Cheshire and the Outlaw right there. That was it for all intents and purposes as Cheshire goes on to victory. We're going to have a couple of more looks at that race, but you stand by with the winner, Lonnie Cheshire, down there, will you, Evans? And maybe get a word with him.
Hey, no problem, Brock. I pull my weight. You know that.
Yeah, I guess I do know that. As we watch Lonnie Cheshire come down the front straightaway, but look at this. David Sims just skimmed the outer wall trying to run down Lonnie Cheshire, and in so doing, soaked down our front straightaway camera. Fortunately, it was a little waterproof. We didn't hurt it too bad, but there's Sims way on the outside taking the last shot gamble to try to catch Cheshire at the line. That did not work. And Steve is now with the winner.
Lonnie Cheshire, you've seen that face before as King of the Swamp. Lonnie, I know you were concerned about the motor, but it held up for one more muddy mile.
I couldn't hold it to the floor. I had to let back halfway. Every time I mashed all the way down, it just go to breaking up that valve. But
I know.
I was just hoping, just hold the inside so he couldn't get under me.
Well, I tell you, he went to the outside, right up against the wall. In fact, about washed out one of our cameras trying to get you.
It hung in there.
It certainly did. Congratulations again. You got to be feeling good, huh?
Oh, man, no doubt. I feel great.
And you got a lot of fans in these stands.
Oh.
A lot of friends and family, and we've said all that can be said down here, Brock. That is the King of the Swamp, and well-deserved today. Nobody fought harder.
Well, Steve, I'm with David Sims, who just gave it a super shot down the last straightaway and almost pulled it off. Great drive, David.
Well, thank you, but I didn't quite get there.
Yeah, it looked as if Lonnie got a little bit of a hole shot on you, and you just weren't quite able to make it up. You had to kind of take the high side around the corners to stay out of his spray, and it just kind of didn't work.
He drew position. That's the luck of the draw.
Yeah. Do you reckon that there was so close that maybe if those positions would have been exchanged, it might have worked differently?
Let's leave something for speculation.
Well, we're all speculating that you did a super job, and congratulations on a real strong second.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
He did a great job, but this may be the happiest man in Collier County, Lonnie Cheshire, who won the big feature. He might even be happy enough to help me find that critter. We got a few minutes.